This morning, former National Enquirer publisher David Pecker will be back on the witness stand for a fourth day at President Trump's hush money trial. Pecker will face a tough cross-examination from Trump's legal team. The former tabloid boss telling jurors about his lengthy relationship with Trump and that he was never reimbursed for paying to shut down a former Playboy model's claims that she had had a year-long affair with Trump back in 2006. That is a claim that Trump denies. NewsNation's Kelly Meyer is live outside that federal courthouse with the very latest this morning. Kelly, how is President Trump's legal team going to try and turn things around on Pecker?
Yeah, hey there, Markie. They're back at it today with that cross-examination. They started that yesterday afternoon, and they are going to be continuing that this morning, trying to say that there are several other celebrities and politicians that have done things like this. Former President Trump leaving court yesterday, calling ex-publisher of the National Enquirer's testimony, quote, breathtaking and amazing. They talked about and gave insight into these kind of backroom dealings with celebrities and politicians that help run these kind of tabloids. Pecker saying that he worked with several other celebrities like Mark Wahlberg and Arnold Schwarzenegger to suppress stories as well. The former publisher of the National Enquirer also said that he told Trump's fixer, Michael Cohen, to rip up the agreement to pay off ex-Playboy model Karen McDougal over stories of her alleged affair with Trump. Cohen said that would make the boss angry. Pecker also said he refused to catch and kill Stormy Daniels' story about her alleged relationship with then-candidate Donald Trump. That is the story at the heart of this case. Now, prosecutors accuse Trump of taking part in an illegal conspiracy to undermine the integrity of that election, which included the payment to Daniels. Defense is trying to undermine the prosecution argument that this was done to influence the election, trying to show that these kind of payments for stories are done with many other cases and celebrities as well. Now, quickly on that gag order, the judge in the case said Trump violated it 4 more times on Thursday, including when he told reporters that David Pecker was a nice guy. The judge announced a last-minute hearing scheduled for Wednesday on these alleged violations. That hearing directly conflicted with 2 Trump rallies in Michigan and Wisconsin. NewsNation reporting that that has now been moved to Thursday. Unclear, though, if Trump will be required to attend. Here's more from the former president as he left court on Thursday. Take a listen.
Today was breathtaking. This room, you saw what went on. It was breathtaking and amazing testimony. This is a trial that should have never happened. This is a case that should have never been filed. And it was really an incredible day. Open your eyes. And we can't let this continue to happen to our country.
And Markie, as we seem to keep saying in this 2024 election, is the word split screen moment. We're having that again here today in New York City as former President Trump arrives here for his trial in Manhattan this morning. President Joe Biden is also in Manhattan. He was here last night for a big fundraiser with Michael Douglas, the actor, and he will be here in New York City today before heading back to Washington, D.C.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.